All right, a lot of you missed the Zoom training that I did on Canva and have asked for the recording. The internet connection that I had completely sucked that night, so I had to piece it together. So I want to preface it by saying that there are a lot of awkward pauses. My face did not hide the fact that I was completely frustrated at times, but overall, you'll get the general idea. If you have questions that maybe I didn't address, please feel free to reach out to me and I will answer those questions the best that I can. I cut the video at the end because that's where we squirreled and just went off on all this other stuff that had nothing to do with Canva. But yeah, so I just had to preface the video because the training video, it sucks. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay. Um, so let me start with introducing myself. I am Alicia Tuttle. I have been with Scentsy since 2019, and I am a star consultant with really large goals. So hopefully I'll hit director by the end of this year. The purpose of this training is a lot of people aren't sure how to use Canva and how to all of the different things that you can do with Canva. So I am by no means an expert, but I did want to do a training because I feel like I may know a little bit. I actually attended, I'm part of the Palmetto Business Association, and I attended a Canva training with them, and it was really great. Since then, Canva has released a lot of new features and functions, and I just want to share some of those things with you guys so that you can use those in your business as well. So for beginners, obviously you're going to want to create a Canva account. You can, there is a paid version, but there is also a free version, and there is nothing wrong with using the free version. Obviously, the paid version will give you more graphics, more options, just different things that you can do. But the free is fine. You don't have to have a paid account. So I want to start with design basics just to give you some ideas. One of the things that is really big is branding. And if you've noticed, I've got my branding on. The thing about branding is we all hope that Scentsy will last forever. And we don't want them to go out of business, but you want your own brand so that people recognize your graphics and your information so that they know that it's you and they pay attention because they want to do business with you. There are a lot of Scentsy consultants, and you want to stand out with your customers and with others so that they it catches their eye. They know it's you, because a lot of people, I don't know if this happens to you, but in my VIP group, I have people from all over, and they'll be like, I'm loving my wax, or I'm loving this warmer, but they didn't buy it from me, but they thought they did because they just bought it from somebody else, and they think it's like all the same. So you want to make sure that you stand out, and that's one of the reasons that you want to do branding. With that, you want to choose the right color scheme. So you want to choose colors that resonate with you, that are your style. You're when you do typography, that's just adding the different fonts in and things like that. You want to try to limit to 2 fonts. Anything above 2 fonts is going to be too busy. For the most part, there are exceptions, I'm sure, but 2 fonts at max keeps it from just being overboard, and just does it. It looks good, it flows, and people won't just be like, wow, that's just too much, and they'll move on. So you want to create a cohesive design. You want it to flow. You want it to look like everything's in place. And obviously with Scentsy, you want to make sure that we have the logos and everything that's in compliance. So make sure that you brush up on the compliance issues about Scentsy logos and how to use those and where to place them. If you have questions, I will be happy. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I just know what looks right and what doesn't. So I always go back to my compliance stuff and look to make sure that I am meeting those standards. So let's just jump right into creating designs. Of course, I have an outline because I tend to scroll a lot. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
It's loading.
Not yet. Okay, it's up.
Okay, good deal. All right, so when you first come on, let me move you guys over here because I've got y'all are blocking some of this stuff. All right, so when you come to the front page, you can start from scratch. You could type in here basic, like what you're wanting to do, or once it learns you a little bit, you can click on create a design. If it will, there we go. And it will kind of have what your frequently used ones are. So you can choose from there, or you could go to here and just type in, say, I wanted to do a Facebook post. And you would choose between templates or projects. Projects would be what you've already done. So you're going to want to do a Facebook post landscape. And then, so you can, why is it so slow? Okay, so you can either start with a blank, or you can choose something to edit below. There's a ton of stuff to choose from. So let's just, do you guys want me to start with a blank one, or do you want me to just try to edit one? What would work better?
Can you show us both?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's see. All right. So this will come up, and you just tell it you want to, you can either add it to like your favorites, you can put a star, or you can go ahead and customize it now. So once you bring that up, you can change any or all of the elements that are on there while we wait. Come on. All right. So I can detach the image from the background because I want to see if the woman and the ocean are the same. So they are. But I don't want her in there. So you can double click
Alicia,
it. Yes.
that's one question I had. With deleting background images, you have to have Pro, right? Because I've been using the free version,
Okay.
and I haven't been able to do that. But Wendy actually, I don't know how she has a Canva Pro, and she's, I guess, is able to share Canva Pro with other consultants. So she shared it with me, or she had 5 different slots where her team could join on the Canva Pro.
Okay.
And so I'm using Canva Pro now. So I should be able to remove these background images.
Yes, you should. I'm not sure about the free version, but even if not, you can always, what I would do if let's say I had free and I couldn't delete it, what I would do is I would go back over to the home tab and I would start a blank one. Now hang with me for a minute. So let's say, why? It's so slow, guys. I have no idea. So what I would do is, while that's loading, I would come back over here and I would copy whatever elements I wanted. So let's say I don't want this background. So I can either detach it or I can delete it. But if I detach it, I can just move it over. And let's say I wanted everything else. So I can copy it, and you can right click and say copy, or you can do Control C on your keyboard. And then go to the blank one and then paste it there and add a background that you can use. Why is it doing this to me? This makes no sense. Why is it unstable? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I wonder if I can. No. Okay, so then I can do the paste, and eventually it'll show up. Maybe. So let's just go back since this is not loading. So you could copy and paste it into a blank one. We're just going to move on and I'll show you what I would do. And then you have elements. Why? I show I have a good signal. This makes no sense. It's all there. I'm going to scream. I am not offline. Can I get a thumbs up if y'all can see? Okay, good deal. All right. So we would go to elements, and then you can choose pictures. So you would just type in whatever you're looking for, and then you have all these different options. You have photos, graphics, you can even do videos in the background, whatever. So I could put this picture here. I could choose that one. And then you can right click on it and then set images background. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. All right, so let's just do this instead, since I'm not going to be able to bring up the, thank you, the Scentsy website while I'm doing this. Oh my goodness. I'm in the process of trying to switch over to a jetpack for internet connection. Oh, they have flames. This is going to kill me if I have to use a flame picture. Oh no. We'll pretend this is a warmer. Let's just pretend that's a warmer. So it's like an ocean theme warmer, okay? And then you can just change your words or whatever. So while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead. And so this is happy. It's already in this font. You've got all these things. You can change your font, which you probably know this. So you can click right here and it will bring this up. eventually, and you can choose whatever font you want. I'll just pick that one for now. Maybe. We're going to have to change back to Charter. Okay. So I changed that font. So on Sunday, you notice that it has the shadow behind it. That's considered an effect. So I'm just going to click on it and then click the effects. So let's say I don't want it to be like that grayish blue shadow behind the word. So I'll just come over here and I can change the color by clicking on that, the color box. Maybe. But you could also, like this right here is considered shadow, but you can do like all these different things. Like this one is just like a kind of a colored in area behind it. You can outline it. You can have a neon, whatever. Like you've got all these different things, or you can put a background behind it. All right, so let's say I want it to be pink. So that's a very light pink compared to this, and that's because they've got the transparency down. So I can move it and make that pop. And then you can do the same thing here. And again, if you want to know how to do something while I'm in here, please feel free. Unmute yourself, ask me the question. So I want to make happy a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to click the corner and pull it out. And then you can just move it over. So if I'm not telling you something that you need to know, please feel free to ask. Let me change that to white because
I do have another question. On a lot of your canvas, you have a picture of yourself on the Canva.
Yes.
And it doesn't have, it's like you are just cropped out. There's no other background.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Okay. So you upload the picture that you want.
Okay, so we find under Canva a photo, right click and delete it, and then move something in that belongs to the Scentsy.
Yeah, you can go to the Scentsy website and just
Am I
copy
right?
it and paste it over. Here's what I found. I didn't ask you, Siri. Stop. All right.
I will try.
If I drop out,
Nope, it was James.
I will be right back. I'm trying to switch over to
Anyway,
the Wi-Fi. Because this is killing me. Come on. Oh, jeez. Okay. While we wait. Come on, please.
Don't look at me.
Alicia, you're on mute.
I hate this. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I have different Wi-Fi now. our home Wi-Fi is about to get the boot. Okay. So, all right. Back to, let's just take this picture of Heather because she's right here. Heather, you're getting used as an example. You know, this is not funny. That is not what I picked, man. Okay. So she's behind there. So I'm going to bring her to the front. You can click the three dots, layer. You can bring forward or you can bring it all the way to the front. See how the this is still on top? So then you would, if you wanted to come on top of everything, you would just layer and then bring the front. Okay, now when you have your picture pulled up, where did it? Oh, it's blocking it. Interesting. Let's do it this way. All right, so you've got your picture. You click on edit image, and then background remover is definitely a pro feature. That is one of the features you have to pay for. But then you would just click background remover. This one is really good. I've had so many different apps that I've tried to remove the background, and it does not do as well as this one does. And it does take a minute because it's got to figure out like where your hair is and all that good stuff. So then there we have Heather. Okay. You can also erase different things if you wanted to, or restore things. So like if say something got left up here that you wanted to do away with, you would click erase and then you would just color it with it and it would go away. Or if you erase something you shouldn't have, then you can click restore and do that. So we're going to apply that. You can also do like a shadow. I love doing shadows. Let's see, glow will go all the way around. So if you click glow and wait for it to finish doing that, you'll be able to click it again because you see it's got the little sliders here, so you can mess with it some. So let's turn the transparency, like we don't want it to be transparent. We want to be able to see it. So we're going to turn that to 100. And then we don't want it blurred. So you can like move that and it won't blur. And then you can change the size. Actually, I went that way. Okay. And then you can change the color. Just different things you can do with it. Okay. So we'll leave her over here. And then you've got all these other things too, which I don't really mess with these a lot, but you can do different things here. Just for different colors and effects and things like that. Okay. All right. So look at my notes. All right. If you want to add a QR code, yours may or may not show up on the side. You may have to click right here on apps to find it. So if it's not over there, you click apps and then just type in QR code. So if you want to do a QR code, you will put whatever website in that you want there. So let's say I wanted it to go to my website. AliciaTuttle.com, generate QR code. And then it puts it there and you can move it wherever, you can make it smaller. Just make sure you don't make it so small that like they can't scan it. Now I do have AliciaTuttle.com. what I did was, this is the cheapest option I found. And I figure it's easier too. And if you have a link tree, I don't know if you do, but I do, and I have to pay a monthly fee. And I found out that I could do away with that monthly fee if I do it all through Canva. So if you're paying for Canva, you don't have to have link tree, but I am paying for link tree while it's redirecting people for a while. But I created a website that looks like my link tree on Canva. And then I think it's like $20 a year for your domain. So I paid $20 to use aliciatuttle.com. Let me go back to home and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because you were shaking your head or nodding your head, right, Martha? You have Linktree.
I do have Linktree, but I've got the free version of it.
Oh, okay. So I have my stuff over here. I finally had to make some like folders.
You know what I need to do? I need to make, honestly, it'll be 3 years for me in November, and I don't have one of those postcards that consultants have that's like about me and about my story.
Yeah.
I haven't even done one of those. I need to get on Canva and do one of those. I need to figure that out. So.
I actually have not done one. If you're in the Canva Scentsy Boss Babes,
I just joined that tonight.
there are people on there that have them, and you can use their template.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's really great, because now if you want to share to the group, and if you're in that group, you're expected to share every so often, because we're supposed to give more than we take. But I'll show you how to share the template and not your actual project, because you don't want them to be able to edit your stuff.
Right.
Okay, so this is my website, and it kind of looks like Linktree. And I have it this way so that it's optimized for desktop. And
I
then
got a question. Like the square, right? The square card. Did that is it automatically on our Scentsy page somewhere?
Your what? Your square card? Heather?
You there?
Yes. You were asking
Okay,
if your
like
table automatically
the
go to
square that you put on the other photo. What is? I mean, is it everybody gets their own on their own website?
aliciatuttle.com? Like Heather
No,
put
the
one?
whole thing that you had. Yeah, that one, the one that you said, it's got my name on it, but it says aliciatuttle.com.
Yeah.
That square
So
right there, is that for Scentsys only?
this would go to my website. This would go to aliciatuttle.com. So if I delete this one and I want it to go to my Scentsy page directly.
Okay, but I mean, it automatically is, everybody's got their own on their own website, correct?
Yes, you have your own website.
I think she might be asking about the QR code.
Yeah, you can create hundreds of them on here to whatever you want it to go to.
Yeah, because I'm computer stupid, and I've got an old Android that's about 10 years old, and I am not intelligent in the electronic world.
I'm gonna tell you again.
But the QR code scanner, I guess that's what I'm asking about. So I need to create one.
Most people's phones have the ability to do that. And Heather, you are always welcome to schedule a time to come and see me. And we can do this together. Jennifer lives right now.
We don't have to do that. Well, I mean, yeah. I'll try it, but but I mean, I've seen how you've done the double right clicking.
Yeah.
Another thing too is okay, if you found, does Canva offer like the business cards, or do you have to buy them through Scentsys or?
Okay, so I believe Canva now has the option to purchase the things that you make and print. Like I think you can get them to do it. But Vistaprint has a agreement or a contract with Scentsy, and like they uh, they have like this whole pro shop, and it's actually on your Scentsy site. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pull it up because I don't want to mess my computer up because it's already being like really flaky tonight. If you go and consultant store, there's like a pro shop or whatever. You can click on that and you can go that way to do it. I don't do it that way. I just use Vistaprint without it being the one link to Scentsy, and I make my own. So like I'll make my business card on Canva, and then I will upload the finished design to the regular Vistaprint, and then because it's just cheaper that way, to get your
Is there a
cards.
certain paper you use?
Hmm?
Is there a certain paper or anything you use when you print them?
I don't
You
print
just
my cards. Like I said,
buy them through Vista.
yeah, I use Vistaprint, and I typically go with most of the time I go with the cheapest options. Because I change my stuff so frequently, and I'm like, I should have done this differently.
Okay, another question. Now that, okay, you know I clean houses. Am I allowed to say like cleaning with Scentsy, or is that copywriting?
Like to tell people you're cleaning with Scentsy.
No,
Like
I mean
you,
if you put it on like an advertisement page for cleaning houses, cleaning with scents or cleaning with Scentsy, you know what I'm saying?
you can let people know that you have to use the
Would that be
independent.
appropriate without me getting in trouble? Because I don't want to be like copywriting. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you have on there that you are an independent consultant with Scentsy, you can put on there that you use the Scentsy products to do your cleaning.
Okay, so I can put it on there, cleaning with Scentsy, and then put my consultant, and then that could be both of my business cards for cleaning and selling, right?
Well, with Scentsy, you want to make sure you don't want to advertise two things at once. So you could
Okay.
say you're cleaning with Scentsy, yes, but you don't want to advertise your cleaning business like a business card. Like you don't want to advertise your cleaning business
Keep
with
them
Scentsy
separate.
side by side. Does that make sense?
Okay, so just keep them separate.
Yeah. You can,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell you too. Like people love to see your face. Like they really don't like flyers. Most of the time, they're gonna scroll by the flyers. Um, put your face out there. Like if you're gonna do a flyer, do like what we just did here and put your face on it because people want to see your face. I mean, like they don't care about the flyers. Because they get social media is to be social, not to be sold to. And so you you want to like you want people to continue watching your journey. So you don't want to be like buy from me, buy from me, buy from me with every post. But you could do like, hey, I'm like spraying the bed with Scentsy Fresh. Love the way it smells, whatever, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I created my cards on Canva and just honestly, I ordered them from Canva. I don't know if it was, yeah.
Is it
But I've got to
expensive?
go back and redo them because when I did them the first time, I didn't have my QR code on there. Um, so I need to add that. But I had something I was going to ask you.
Well,
Lord Jesus,
QR code
getting
that shows
old.
catalog, right?
You can do what
Do
now?
what?
With the QR code that shows the catalog, right?
That will go to this website. It will go to my website directly.
Yeah, my
So
QR code will take me directly to my Linktree account, which will have a link to the catalog and different areas of the catalog where you can go. But I know it just came back to me. On when you just had your AliciaTuttle.com website up,
mhm,
on the
yeah,
left-hand side, that looks like Linktree.
yes. And I did that on purpose because I love
Okay.
the just the simplicity of Linktree. and how everything is just right there. It's not in a menu. You don't have all this stuff. And then obviously
Right.
I edit this and move it, but I did it in like 3 rows because when it's optimized for mobile, you're going to see the link tree thing, and then you're going to see my picture. And then when you scroll, you're going to see the other. So I did that on purpose. And what I will say is you have to do that. You would have to like click and drag, and like this whole section right here, you would want to group it. Let me click edit. Okay.
But
So
that it looks like Linktree, but it's not Linktree.
right. I did. Yeah. I
Okay.
did that to make it look
That's
that way.
very smart.
I love the way it's just so clean. It, whatever. But like you see how it's one big box around all of it? It's because I grouped it. And so like I could ungroup it, and you see all these different elements that went into that. So I'm just gonna group that
Right.
back because I don't want to mess that up. But okay, no, we're not doing this internet is unstable thing. Anyway, so then, if this was more than one thing that was going to be here, then I would obviously group it, but it's one picture. And then the same with this. And I think I have to publish it now since I told it I was going to edit. So make sure you click on resize on mobile because you want it to be easier for them to read. And I do it without navigation. And then you can change where you publish it to. So like mine is going to the domain that I paid for with Canva for the year. And I'm just going to continue. And then you could put your description right here. And I don't know why anybody would ever want to like click this button to hide your website from the search engines, because I mean, you want people to find your stuff. So don't click that. All right.
Okay, for social media, is it better to have your like Scentsy? Is it better to have a Scentsy's page and then your regular Facebook page?
So I have had, past tense, I had a regular page and I had my personal page, but I also had a Facebook group. The problem is that my brain is going 500 different directions at any given time, and I could never remember to post on all of them. And then when I joined the Palmetto Business Association and they actually will share some of the things that I post, I was like, how am I going to do this? Because the stuff in my VIP group is typically things that can't be shared publicly. So what I did was I did away with my business page. And because also if you have a business page, Facebook algorithms are going to like punish you for not paying to advertise. If you have a business page, you're going to have to pay for advertising. So I just turned my personal page. I changed my settings. I made it look, professional as much as I could while still having my personality out there. And then I had it set to public. So all of my posts will go public unless it's something of my kids or different things, because I want them to know about me, but like I'm gonna obviously change it to like friends only with my kids and things like that for the most part, especially
Okay,
with
so you
time
got
being.
everything set public, but really when it's about your family, you just friends only, right?
Yes, especially with Ty. He was in the foster care system and we have full custody now, but there for a while, like we were told that we couldn't share our stuff and then we could, and so it was just a big mess. Um, but yeah, so I just have my personal page that I run as a public. For the most part, I run it as my Scentsy page, and I will share from that page if it's regular stuff, because some of the people in my VIP group are not my friends on Facebook. So I will like share that post, and I'm not going to post it twice, but I will like post it on my regular page, and then I will share it into my group. Okay. So let's talk about sharing templates, and then I'm just going to answer Canva questions, like whatever, if you guys have it or. So when you go to share a template, so let's say I wanted to share this template with you guys. What I would do, let me move you guys over here. You click the share. And then instead of like share on social, whatever, then you would just click on template link and you can copy that. When you use the template link, they're not going to edit this one that's mine. They're going to get a copy of it that they can make theirs. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Oh, and you can add audio. I didn't think about that. You can also add videos, different things, whatever. I like to add audio, but I don't like that you don't have a lot of choices in the audio you get to use. I did do my scroll. I have a scroll and shop party. I know that's a big thing that everybody's trying to create right now. So I'll just kind of give you guys a peek at that, and I can share the template too. So what I do is I'm getting to where I'm not sharing my website. Like if somebody wants to shop, or on the website that you guys saw, if they click shop here, it's gonna go to not that one. So the Zoom stuff is like blocking the area that I need. Okay. So I have it linked to this. So if they want to shop, they're gonna come here. Because for the most part, I get a lot of new customers, like people who already know what Scentsy has to offer. Then yeah, obviously you can give them your site to go shop directly. But this is what everybody is starting to do now. And I think Jamie said she's going to do a training on the scroll and shop. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through it. You obviously you add links, you do the things, make it your story. But they can order anytime. Like this goes to the catalog, and then they can connect with me here. But then this is my page where they can pick who or what party they're doing. Or I also have my customers who have shopping links. They're here too, because if they want to share, they're all going to share my scroll and shop so that the customers are kind of directed towards information so they know what it is. So I have just like online shopping links, whatever, and then I have my upcoming parties over here. They click on that, whoever their friend is or whatever, and it goes to my website, but their party. And then, it's basically just general information and pictures of what we offer. And again, I can share the template with you guys if you'd like.
I would love that if you would share it.
Just make sure that you change all the links, because I almost missed a few when I got this template from somebody else and made it mine. I'm like, oh no. Okay. And you do have to remember every month though to come in and update the scent and the warmer of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the last page. And it's just a scroll and shop. Like you send them the link and they just scroll through and they learn all the things, and when they're ready to shop, they can click on their hostess and they're good to go. All right. I think that's all I was going to share. So anybody have like questions on, because I'd rather like just give you guys the general info and then ask like what you want to know so I can make sure you're covered.
So on that like Canva Boss Babe page, if you see a design that you would like to use, if you click on the link, it will take you to Canva and automatically open up that particular link and then you save it to I've never done that. I've never clicked on a link and tried to use it before. So
Okay. So let me ask you this first. Would you be doing this from your phone or on the computer?
my phone and iPad.
Okay. Because mine is weird. Like I have an iPhone and it opens in its own browser. So let me see if I can.
I would mostly be doing it on my iPad so I can see it bigger.
Yeah. All right. So let me see if I can. All right. So I'm on the page. Can you
Yeah.
guys see this at all?
Yes.
All right. So let me just pick one. Okay. So National Laundry Day is coming up. And so somebody posted their thing.
Yep.
And if I click on, okay, if I click on it, it's going to come up to this and ask me if I want to use the template. But because it opens in its own browser, what I do is I click on the three dots. It's not working. Okay. And then tell it to open in the system browser. Because when I do that, it's going to open in Canva.
Okay. Okay.
And so now it's going to ask me if I want to use the template, and you just tell it you want to use it.
Okay.
And that's it. Like it'll show up in your stuff. That's all you got to do.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any any other questions?
Not until I can't figure something out. I know with Android, you can't do a lot of the template moving around and stuff like that with my Android, okay? Because mine needs to be updated, but it does. But I mean, I really had no personal reason to use it all the time except for just answering a phone or a text message,
Yeah.
But I know with Canva, when I was playing with it at the doctor's office while I was waiting, with Android, it doesn't show you like complete options unless you are on like a bigger, like a computer or anything like that. It's only showing like half the image screen of what you have, and it
Yeah.
doesn't give you all these options.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? But until I figure out how to transfer my dad's phone because he's got a Apple 13 or had one before he passed, but my speaker's about gone on this one, so I'm gonna try to like switch out the SIM card and see if after I download everything again. I wish there was a way I could just like download like my workstation and then leave it open. You know what I'm saying? And then the dashboard, because I keep having to go back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if Scentsy has got it where you can just type in like the Scentsy app if there is, because the Scentsy app does not work for Android.
No, there is not a Scentsy app for your workstation. I just opened it up and saved it to my phone. What is that called? Wallpaper screen? I don't know. I just saved it to my phone screen. Ooh,
And see,
Lord,
with
y'all have a
Android,
baby?
you can only put like the website like in your notes, okay? But
Yeah.
it doesn't, even after you like copy paste it, you still have to do all the typing, the info, and everything else. It doesn't give you the complete just click and go.
Right. Well, I would just maybe start with a blank template and then go from there. Let me show you guys something really cool that I almost forgot to show you. So they're trying to take over the world is what they're trying to do. Like they're trying to take over Google Docs and stuff, I guess. But if you click on Docs, and you just start a blank one, I've actually done this and ran it against plagiarism checkers to make sure, and it does not come back as plagiarism. So, like, this is definitely artificial intelligence. All right. So if you open up a doc and you click on the plus and click magic write, use 5 or more words to describe what you want to write. So let's do why should people use Scentsy? And it comes up with like all the wording that you need. You just make sure that it's right and you're good to go. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, how cool is that? And then we can do it again. Scentsy, so great.
That is ridiculously awesome information you just shared.
Yes. A little golden nugget.
Wow.
I mean, anything you can think of. Give me something. Let's test it.
Why?
Oh, where'd it go? No, where'd it go? Okay, let's try this again. Can you use Scentsy wax? We're gonna test it in standard department store warmers. How cool is
it?
Yes.
What about why should people join Scentsy? That is where I struggle with recruiting. Ugh.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Da, da, da.
I will be using this tomorrow. Fantastic.
That was so cool. Like at the end of our Canva training that we went to, like they did something like this, and I was like, "Hold up, wait, what?" And so
what?
And this was done at the career center or whatever. And so like somebody asked, they were like, "Well, aren't you worried about kids, plagiarizing whatever?" And basically the instructor said something like, they need, I don't want to say this wrong. As long as they have the knowledge and ability to get it done, that's what counts. So like this is the way the world is going. Like you're not even gonna have to think anymore.
Yeah.
Like you could just ask a question and it tell you whatever.
Tells you what to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yes. But I just thought it was cool. So yeah, let's go back. You're just gonna click on docs and then click this right here where it says start writing. And then it will bring you up. And I'm just doing it again because I want to make sure that nobody missed it.
I'm gonna start asking this thing right here, all the questions my husband asked me. Here you go. Ask this Google whatever. It'll give you
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
answers.
So like you can type your heading here, you know, whatever you can type, or you could just do magic right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean
Fantastic.
it's crazy how much it knows. It's crazy. But all right. Any other questions before we
Okay.